Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers, and a message for Graham Potter. If you want to keep your job, you can't be picking people like Jorginho, Havertz, Ziyech and co, because that's a sure way of you losing your job, mate. So welcome to the match review of Manchester City 4, Chelsea 0.
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
When I saw the team sheet, I knew that we were going to lose, and I knew that it wasn't going to be pretty. I said at the end of the my match review of the Manchester City Chelsea game on Thursday, I said, Graham Potter, what he needs to do, he needs to stick with the side that ended that game on Thursday, because they showed a lot of heart, a lot of desire. Okay, they may be a bit inexperienced, but they will put up a better fight than if he went back to type. And what did he do? He went back to type. You know, Jorginho, Kovacic in the middle of the park, Havertz up front. Havertz didn't do too bad on Thursday actually, but he was shocking today. And obviously the defence, he had his hands tied behind his back with the defence because of injuries. Obviously you can't play Thiago Silva, who's our one-man defence anyway. We can't play him all the time. The guy's 38 at the end of the day. So he gave a debut to Humphreys. He did all right. I thought he did okay. He wasn't at fault for any of the goals. Yeah, so Ziyech he wasn't trying today. He did okay on Thursday, but today I thought he was disappointing. And all in all, the team, Mason Mount, non-existent. What was he doing on the pitch? Yeah, so we looked a better team without Mount, without Jorginho. When those guys don't play in the midfield, we had more fight. Zakaria, why wasn't he on in the team today? You can't say that it's to do with match fitness. The guy's hardly played since this is his fourth or fifth game since he's started and playing for us. So you can't call it fatigue with him, unless he's got sort of a fitness issue where you can't play more than one game in a week. I don't know, because I'm not privy to that information. But if he hasn't, there's no excuse. He came on the second half immediately. When he comes on the second half, you see what a proper midfielder is meant to do. It gives us a physicality. He was in the penalty box more in that second half than Jorginho was in the whole game, mopping up, helping the defence out, and we looked a lot more assured and we had a better structure about us when he came onto the park. The substitutes actually made us stronger, because Chukwuemeka, who had a great game on Thursday, why wasn't he in the side again? He just came on in the 70th minute. But Fofana, first game, but he did okay. But again, no chances for him. But when he did have the ball, what he did on the ball was good. But for me, the captain, Jorginho today set a poor example, poor attitude, poor everything. What was he doing? He was at fault for at least 3 of those goals. Weak in the tackle. And I highlighted something on Twitter where he lost the ball, and rather than burst in the gut to go back and win it, he was just, what was he doing? He was running slower than a snail. He was just ambling back. He's meant to be the captain, and what that does, the players, the younger players who are looking to him as a sort of an example, if they see him ambling back, what sort of example did that set to the younger players? We had captains in the past, Dennis Wise, crunching tackle after tackle, and what it does, it sets the tone for the other players as well. John Terry, captain, legend, leader. We can't say that about Aspilicueta or Jorginho. Leaders, they're not leaders on a pitch. So there's no leadership out there. And then once we went 2-0 down, what was Havertz doing with putting his hand up with that ball? Criminal. And the heads dropped. And that's the thing with Chelsea. We go down, 1 down, even that's a hard task with our goal. What's it called? Whatever that thing's called. I don't look at stats. the average goal, the sort of goal percentage thing, 0.1, I think it was. Expected goals, was it 0.1? Didn't have a single shot on target, not one shot, 2 shots off target in the second half, not one shot even near the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper could have had a deck chair today. He could have been, on the beach somewhere again, and not affected. What's the point? There's no point in having a goal in the Chelsea end, because we just don't know where the goal is. We're like Stevie Wonder when it comes to finding goals. We're just blind. The final ball, shocking. Nobody in the box, no chance creation, nothing, no structure to our game. It's just awful. It's just terrible to watch, horrible to watch. As I said, Thursday, I'm not expecting us. I'm not one of these entitled fans who are expecting us to win week in, week out. But Thursday, I was more upbeat because I liked the performance was positive. But today, we just went back to a toothless performance with no fight at all. I'm not expecting us to beat Man City. Man City are the best club in the land at the end of the day. But all I'm expecting us to put up a good show. And other clubs go there and they're positive. People like Brentford have won there this season. And they just have a go. They don't. We're very passive, very defensive, and when we did get the ball, we kept losing it. Gallagher, another one, busy around, but he's just headless when he has the ball. No brain. What am I going to do with it? He's kind of that level of Crystal Palace. He's not a Chelsea level player, because it's not about just running around looking busy. I praised him for that on Thursday, but I'd also said, even on Thursday and again today, what do you do when you have the ball? He hasn't got any sort of a skill or ability when he's got the ball, his passing range and everything else. No, not good. And Havertz today was just no physicality, just walking around the pitch doing nothing. He let that handball affect his game, so that's, for me, doesn't show character. If anything, if you had character, you make a mistake, what you do, you try your hardest to try and rectify that mistake. You don't go into a shell, and today he just went into a shell, and 70 million spent on him. He still hasn't shown. 1 goal in the Champions League, and that was his highlight of a decent goal against Newcastle, I think. But for the 70 million we've spent for him, I expect better output. The first season, okay, I'll give him a little pass. He had COVID, he was settling in, but this guy now should have now got into the swing of things, known how to play in the Premiership. I'm seeing nothing from him, which is telling me that he's going to be an outstanding player. And I'm a patient guy as well, so I've given him a lot of time, and I still haven't seen him explode and this generational talent that people were calling him. I'm still waiting for it. I don't know, lost for words. But it's things have got to change. If as I said, Potter, I'm not one of these knee-jerk people who are saying that he should be out now, sacked, or whatever. But as I said at the start of the video in my intro, if he wants to stay in his job, he needs to make these tough decisions. What he did today by picking Jorginho, Kovacic, and those guys, he's kind of saying, like, give me the sack. He's putting his hand up and saying, yeah, get rid of me. Just like Tuchel, and I didn't want him to go, but I wanted him to change. I wanted him to change. I saw some signs. I saw things what he was doing, and he was, picking the same players, as I said, expecting the same results. It's not going to happen. And some of the things he did were, I said, look, if you don't see the signs now, you don't change, then you're going to be out of a job. And that's what happened. And that's the same with Potter. You've got to start making these difficult decisions from now. I don't care who you upset. Get these players out of the club. I don't want to see Jorginho getting a new contract. He better not be getting a new contract. Even people like Mason Mount, he's out of form. Don't pick him. Pick Chukwuemeka. Even if these guys make mistakes or whatever, I don't care. This is a learning process for them. Play them. They can't do any worse than what's on the pitch at the moment. One final thing before I go. The fans were shouting for Thomas Tuchel to come back, shouting for Roman Abramovich. But as I said, not wanting to disrespect the man who did a lot for us, but he left us in a mess. And that's the reality. What you guys have got to remember, he was the one who didn't refresh this team. You know, who didn't. Or it was under him where we didn't renew the contracts of Rudiger, as I said before. So we can't be putting all the blame on the new owners. He's got to take some of the blame as well. We can't be putting the blame on the new manager. The past manager has got to take some of the blame as well. He was the one he didn't want Tchouaméni in the side. He's the one who said our midfield was good to go this season when they're quite clearly past their sell-by date. So it's got to be a collective, guys. It's a collective from the old regime and the new regime, and the players and the manager. It's everyone. You know, this club is a mess from top to bottom, and something's got to be done about it. But you know what? As I said, I've been a Chelsea supporter for years. Nothing's going to stop me now. Win or lose, up the Blues, and I'm going to stick with them through this bad time, and hopefully we'll reap the rewards a bit later. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. So guys, stick your comments in the section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications before so you'll be notified every time I make a new video. Take care. Bye bye.